cozy corner. Oh, whoa.
Howdy partners, howdy friends. Welcome back to the Cozy Corner. This series that you're about to see is going to be an ongoing book club. I know myself, Tyra, and Cait have been wanting to read the ACOTAR series for quite some time, and so that's what we're going to be reading. Yeah, so I'm really excited to actually hold myself accountable to reading this series and having this little journey with everyone. And I know it also worked out too because Tyra and Cait also want to read the series, and so it's just going to be so much fun being able to just sit and chat about a book series because we could do that for hours. So we're going to have to limit ourselves. And it's just such a good feeling to be able to like really delve into books with your friends who also like books. So it's just so good. So if books are your thing, if you also want to read ACOTAR, please come along for the journey. Gremlin up, okay, guys? Gremlin up. I'm telling you, get cozy. Get a cozy drink. Anyways, that is all. Let's get reading. Boop. Get those butt cheeks in there, yeah.
I'm gonna save that for the spank bank later.
For the what?
The spank bank?
What the fuck is that?
You don't know what that is? Come on, Cait knows what that is. So it's like your bank of like photos and videos that you would watch to help get you off.
Yeah, so you're gonna wank off to Cait and I?
So I mean, it wouldn't be her first time with you, but
Cait's like, oh my god.
I feel a little frisky, extra frisky.
Cait's like, oh my god, me? Okay. Anyways, welcome. This is number 1 installment of our book club.
Or
The cozy corner. Yeah, whoa. So we originally were gonna do this chapter to chapter, and then couldn't find the time to meet up, and we were all just too tired for that.
we also did want to limit ourselves to the amount of chapters we could read.
Yeah, I'm a binge reader, so once I get into it, I'm invested. So we decided to just read it book by book in the series. So we finally all finished the first one.
I've been finished for months, but I've been waiting for them, so I already read it. I read half of it.
You call us out, Cait. So Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Is it Maas?
Maas.
Maas?
Sure.
Maas.
Yeah, even though there's a lot of controversy against her right now, but yes.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Shit.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what she's done, but a lot of people aren't too happy with her.
Oh, damn. I didn't see that.
Why did I just piece together that the cover, I thought that was a dragon for all this time, then I actually looked at it and I was like, no, it's the fucking wolf in the beginning.
Girl, I told you that.
When?
I told you that when we were on Summerween.
What?
Yes, I said it matches the storyline. So I said, oh, I wonder what the next one is going to be since it's like a different image.
Uh-huh. Mine's a hardcover, so I don't have
You don't have it. You don't have the image. I wonder, do you have it on the inside of your book?
No. Like I took the sleeve off of it.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
I like to keep those intact more.
That's fair. I do that too. I'm a soft cover girly, but I like the look of hardcover books. So it kind of sucks because I like to read soft cover, but I like to have hardcover on the shelf.
Then you should build hard covers for your soft cover books that you can take off, like a jacket.
Oh shit! You can do that?
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
I think there is a way. I just don't know how to do it.
That'd be fun.
I like recently videos where they're taking like little diamonds and they're gems.
It?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks so sick. I saw someone do so this little wolfie. I saw someone do this, but like embroidered it. I was like, damn.
I forget what other book. One of the books that she did, like she wrote, someone did, and I was like, oh my god, I would want to read that book just because I saw the design of the front.
Right? Honestly, okay, people who say don't judge a book by its cover is some absolute bullshit. Because that's all I do when I walk into chapters.
Right? But it's also like, but different people get attracted to different looking books.
Yes.
So like, there's nothing wrong with any of them. It's just
no. I like interesting covers, ones that pop out, you know.
I don't like the like cartoony people ones. The only one that I have that is Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But that's
I'm
the
not
only
a fan.
one.
I'm not a fan of the cartoony covers. Or like the very like the pinks and the bright blues and like that. That's not like that's
But it's such a good book.
But I think it's because that isn't really my genre, because typically those books are usually romance. But there are some that are
at some points like flat out porn.
Oh yeah, there are some that are really spicy. I think there's like a hockey. I think there's like a hockey one that everybody talks about that looks like very innocent cover wise, and it is not innocent inside the book.
Well, there's this one series that I purchased. It was the front covers. All of them have basically characters, but they're kind of like a picture of them, and it's fake, right?
Yeah.
I can't say the name of it, but it's so beautiful, and I love the books. But it's so much money to purchase these books with that special cover.
Yeah.
And they don't have it on Amazon anymore. And I've been so upset because it's like, I love them. I love the cartoony look of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like,
they're not available.
And they were so cute. And the books weren't that dirty. But
I wonder if they were like limited edition then. Like if it was like a.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. In the Shadowhunter ones, I have 3 of the special edition ones and like anniversary ones, and I didn't know that there was more. But they've been making them for like all of the Mortal Instruments books.
Yeah,
and
you had one not too long ago that you wanted to get. Or is it Infernal Devices?
Don't remind me.
I'm sorry, but it was a beautiful
Cait,
thing.
That was traumatizing when I realized I could not afford that.
Oh, I can imagine.
But they're expensive. They're beautiful. I love it. But I'm also like, I would rather, as bad as this sounds, I want it, but I would also rather buy new books with the money that would go towards books that I already own, just different versions. You know?
Oh, fuck that shit. That thing was gorgeous.
It was pretty.
It was 100. Okay, I'm also pissed. Sorry. I am pissed at this website too, because it didn't even say the like currency right away. So it was in American dollars. I thought it was in Canadian. So it was $150 American.
Jesus.
So it was gonna be almost $200, and then with all the tariffs and all that shit, it was gonna cost me an extra $50 US for shipping.
Wild. That's bullshit.
Not okay.
That's bad. For books, that's ridiculous.
This is the. Thank you.
Let me see again.
Thank you. This is the box set that it comes in.
Wait, let me see the box set. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't have money.
Yes, I was thinking of this. That's what I was thinking of. Okay.
It is like a stained glass looking box set. Like it has her angel in it. It has runes on it.
Oh, God.
The different swords. There's a giant Parabatai rune on the side too.
Yeah, Tyra had a rough go when she realized that was not in the cards. I'm sorry, I brought it back up. I have about, I think I want to say I have like 20 or 25 on my To Be Read. So, it's not too bad. But a lot of them I bought were single.
I know. I'm gonna tell you.
A lot of them are, like, there's like probably about 4 that are series, and then the rest are all single reads, which I really like, because when I do a series, I tend to like to read a single book in between before I jump into another series, because then it's just too much. I'm not ready to invest myself into a series right after I read one. I need something in between, you know?
I prefer series. I don't know why. I think just because it makes the world last longer.
Yeah.
So I get to enjoy
it. Doesn't have to end.
Longer. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, yeah, because like some of the books, it's like, okay, well, here's this character now, and then it's like, oh, here's another character. Here's another set of characters, but they include the other characters you just read about in the other book. I like those books too, where it's like the same world, but it's like, oh, this group of friends.
Yeah.
Like the Shadowhunter world.
Yeah, you learn about
series.
Yeah. It's about different people at different times, but like you recognize names and how they all work together. Yeah, I like that. Okay, but that's how you get people on your side.
Yeah, you sit there and you like tease them, being like, it's such a good book.
Meanwhile,
and then,
you know.
They come back to you and it's like, so you enjoyed it, huh? And you have to have the conversation.
Yeah, they're like, I need therapy after that.
Now we're on to the book.
Now we're on to the book.
Whoa.
Court of Thorns and Roses. First one of, I don't know how big of a series, 4 or 5?
There's gonna be a 6th one.
That the last one was about Nesta, like surrounded by Nesta as well.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happens to Nesta.
Oh god.
She goes through it at the end.
Oh god, I'm scared.
Jesus.
That was literally something that I was wondering, because I wrote this in like my little book notes for this book, is I was curious to see how they're going to, I'm still curious to see how they're going to reintroduce the sisters, because like the way this book ends off, like life seems perfect in both worlds for like, is it Feyre?
Yeah, fair.
Feyre and her sisters, even though they're separated, it seems like they're doing well, because Tamlin paid for like all of their riches and goods and stuff, so they're well off. And
okay, so should we explain how the worlds are separate? Like they're divided by a wall. One side is human, which is very low, and then the other side is all this fairyland, and then it's very like small islands.
Yeah.
And she's in the spring court.
Yeah, so there's a map at the front of the book. I'm sure you could probably pop it on the screen. Good luck with that, Tyra.
The fuck?
But basically, the book begins with Feyre was from in a village at the mortal realm, and it's like at the literal like smallest fucking thing on the whole fucking island.
There's more fairies in this world than there are humans.
Yes. Oh, 100%. I think
there used to be a war.
Yeah, I think the story goes, I think what I remember from the book is that they had this like war between mortals and fairies, and then like they resolved somehow, but they pushed all of the humans down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the humans were basically slaves to the fairies.
Yes.
So
as they should be. Sorry.
What did he say?
So basically, they weren't treated right by the fairies.
God, that's a hot take.
Humans suck.
Okay, but that doesn't mean we should enslave people.
God. And we're still human.
Yeah, that's fucked, man.
Also, have you seen any of the depictions of fairies? And yeah, I would gladly.
I don't know, man. Okay, all of the depictions so far have been like, oh, they're so hot and they're so, all this, and they'll treat you good. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's some dark history here where like they probably were like murked,
Oh, I'm scared for Tamlin, because he, in the book, really. There's times I liked him and there's times I don't like him, and I know what kind of happens in the next book a little bit, what he does to her.
I know that something happens between him and her, but I don't know how it happens.
Yeah.
So it's probably got something to do with when she's in night court.
That's what I'm guessing, but I'm also like,
because she 100% bangs Reese.
But I also
absolutely
she gets together with him at one point.
Yeah.
I have a whole bunch of theories that there's let me rephrase this. There's spoilers that I'm already aware of. Unfortunately, that like kind of already makes it where it's like you don't know how it happens along the way, but you know where it ends up. If that makes sense. But backstory: humans are down at the base, like Cait was saying, because we're bitch ass hoes, and the fairies were like, "Fuck you, we don't want you." But they didn't want to enslave us anymore. There's this whole treaty thing that's supposed to be going on, and then there's this giant wall. Great wall that divides them, and then you're immediately into Spring Court, which is where the majority of this book is spent.
Yeah.
Tamlin, as we find out,
is the High Lord of the Spring Court.
Yes.
He's in charge of it.
He's in charge of the Spring Court. And
he turns into a big beast.
He does. He turns into a big beast. So Feyre was in charge of providing for her family in the village. It was a very poor situation. They were starving a lot.
Like Hunger Games.
Basically Hunger Games vibes. That's literally what I thought when I first read this. I was like, is this Katniss? Like, what the fuck's going on here?
She also does like archery.
Right?
Like, she was like, oh my god, Katniss everything.
Yeah, I was like, what am I reading right now? And then, so one day she goes out hunting and she shoots this giant wolf with an ash arrow. And she originally didn't think it was going to be a fairy. Plot twist, it turns out to be a fairy, but she skinned it alive, sold the pelts.
Actually, it was dead.
It was dead. Yes, sorry.
She killed it.
Dead.
She skinned it dead.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure they ate the meat.
Yeah, they did.
They ate the meat of
She
this
cleaned
dead,
it.
this dead guy.
And she sold the
And then
pelts.
she sold the pelts to some mercenary. Is it a mercenary? What is it? And then
They pretty much warned her too.
Yeah, but like the lady didn't like. I'm pretty sure the mercenary was like, I don't think this is fairy either. Like the pelts, but it was kind of odd that she was interested in it. But
she was talking to those women who loved the fairies so much.
Yeah, the god of the blessed or something like that, or the blessed children of the whatever. I don't know. Jehovah's Witness vibes is what I got there.
I know, right?
But basically, because she killed this bro, Tamlin came in his beast form, beast daddy, and knocked down her fucking hut and was like, "The treaty states that you must either die or come back to our land and basically be mine."
Live with me forever.
Yeah,
I'd look up and just be like,
okay,
sold.
So
let's go.
So she went with him. Basically, a large majority of the vibes are her tiptoeing around them, and then her trying to figure out more about this land when she goes to meet this creature named the Surreal.
Well, she gets told by Lucian how to capture one because she's not sure.
And
he like told her.
Yeah, and he was all like, yeah, if you scream, I'll be nearby. And then bro was not nearby.
Well, he was. He hesitated though.
Yeah, he was like, oh, she screamed. Do I want to help her?
He didn't really like her that much.
He didn't really like her at that point. Anyways, so she goes to the Surreal. She gets like some brief answers. That's where she finds out that Tamlin's the High Lord instead of just a regular old fairy.
And he tells her to stay with the High Lord. You will be safe.
Yeah, and then she gets attacked by these other creatures, right? The Naga or something like that. And then Tamlin saves her, all like beast daddy mode, like, you know.
Well, she killed 2 by herself.
Yeah, she did. She did kill 2, and then he came in and swooped in and did the rest. Like throughout that time, she was all like, "I gotta get back to my family. Like they're gonna be dead without me and all this." And then Tamlin was like, "Bitch, do you really think I wasn't gonna like help your family live?"
Well, then she was also worried because of the information she was learning that the fairy world wasn't safe. That there was this,
right?
Yeah, I can't think of how to say it, but that was happening, and she's like, "I don't know, like if my family's safe, I have to communicate with them, but I can't read or write."
Yeah, and here's my thing that I don't understand. Tamlin offered multiple times to help her with learning how to read and write, and he even offered to write for her. And it's like, bitch, why didn't you take him up on that offer?
She didn't like him at that time.
No, but he even offered her later. Like, my thing is like, okay, like, teach me how to read so I can, like, do this shit on my own, you know? Like,
I thought he was trying to help her a little bit.
I think she felt embarrassed.
Yeah,
because she was trying to do it herself and was writing like random words from a book that she didn't even understand what it was saying. And then he found the page that she was writing on, and he was all like, "Yo, like if you wanted to learn how to write and read, like I could help you." And she was all like, "How dare you? No."
Well, you also gotta think too that she spent so much time basically caring for herself.
Yeah, so it's hard to ask for help.
So she can't sit there and be like, "Oh, well, you know, he's offering. I don't want him to be obligated to help me. I don't want to put pressure on someone else. Like, I'm used to taking care of my own needs and taking care of others, and now she's not doing that, and she's struggling."
Yeah. I don't even know what happens in between there. Their relationship starts to develop. Like, he takes her to, like, some sort of field and, like, shows her, like, uses his magic on her to show her, like, what the world looks like as a fairy. And she's all like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I gotta paint this." So then he gets her paints, and she starts, like, painting basically every single thing that she can. I think she painted, like, the garden, and then she was painting the creatures that attacked her, and
she was painting
she was
anything
painting
she
everything.
could.
Whether it was, like, happy or, like, traumatic, she was painting it. There's also a point where there was a random fairy who had his wings clipped.
That was
that was brutal.
That was brutal. And Tamlin brought him home, like to the estate or mansion, or the manor, and she was trying to help along with Tamlin, and there was no hope for this fairy. He was bleeding out. So then, after the fairy died, she was treating Tamlin's wounds, which I think was probably when there was a turn in their relationship, I would guess.
It was a little later, yeah.
Like, I feel like after that point, there was, like, a mutual understanding of, like, oh, you've seen some messed up shit, too. Like, oh, you're not just, like, sitting in luxury all the time. Like, there's stuff that you going through as well.
And then have more of a heart-to-heart.
Yeah, and that's also when she learned about the backstory of Lucien, because he has, like, a robotic eye and, like, scars.
Well, they all wear masks in this world.
Yes, they've been cursed to wear a mask.
Only Spring Court.
Only Spring Court.
Were there for that.
Yeah, and so they have like masks on. His is a fox. What is Tamlin's? A wolf? Is it a wolf?
I don't remember actually.
I thought it was like something to do with beast.
I think it was like a beast.
It was like some sort of like gold.
Yeah. There was a bird servant who had a bird. When I was first reading this book, I was like, oh my god, like, is the mask gonna match like the creature they can turn into? And it kind of did for Tamlin, but it doesn't for the rest of them.
Because Tamlin's only High Lord can do that.
So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I was wrong. So Lucien has this eye, and like he has like a hella traumatic backstory. He wanted to like he was in love with a mortal, and he didn't care that she wasn't like high fae, and like Lucien comes from like a high fae family where like he could have had leadership, I think.
Yeah.
But like it depends, like because he had other brothers and stuff, but the brothers were like not liking his intelligence and stuff, I think.
Well, and he didn't want anything to do with being a High Lord.
Yeah, he didn't want it. He didn't want anything to do with that. So he fell in love with this mortal and was like, I don't care if she's a mortal. I love her, Papa. And I'm pretty sure the dad was like, yeah, fuck that, and like had her killed in front of him.
Yeah, while his brothers hold him down.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened with his... Oh,
that was Amarantha.
Yeah, his eye was Amarantha. I forgot about that. So yeah, he had a pretty traumatic backstory.
His brothers tried to kill him too.
Multiple times, I think. Because in their eyes, I think it was like if he's still out there, he's still a threat to like the throne or whatever you want to call it.
It's giving Matthew Fairchild.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of points in this book where it's different books. Like Harry Potter, I felt like was the vibes, and
yeah,
I had the
Beauty and the Beast is a big one.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast too.
Which makes sense because it is. I think it was lowly based off of. Then I think we get to the point where there was this like what was it called? It was like the fire sequence where like they all had that fairy night. What was it called?
It was the solstice.
The solstice. And basically, like, Tamlin was like, you gotta stay in your room, and like Lucien was like, you gotta stay in your room, and she was like, I don't wanna. But she ended up going out and sneaking out. She almost got sexually assaulted, I'd say, by 3 fairies. Mm-hmm. And then who we learn later was, how do you say his name? Rhysand?
Rhysand?
I always say Rhysand. That's how I read it.
I say Rhysand.
I read it as Rhysand.
Oh, Rhysand.
Interesting! I don't know how it's said. Anyways, let's just... homebody, we find out it's him. He steps in, saves her from these guys, and then Lucien sees that she's there and like freaks out and drags her away and basically tells her that like the solstice was the night that Tamlin was to take and bang
a random
fairy chick to like put power back into the earth and to fight the blight that's going on. And she sneaks out of her room. She's all flustered after that. She sneaks out of her room, and then Tamlin bites her because he still has the effects after banging someone.
Yeah, he was still there, but then he was like, I smelt you.
Yeah.
And he couldn't find her, so he went after another woman, and then he found her, and then he bites her, and then she's like, well, I don't want your sloppy seconds.
Yeah, which
here's the one thing that I was like, oh. Something along the lines of him being all like, yeah, do something else with this woman. Like, she begged for me, like, to not hold back or, like, just to
do
hurt her, like, do it or whatever. And then he got like really close, and then he was all like, "But I would never do that with you. I'd be so like
Yeah,
slow and
yeah.
sensual." And I was like, "Oh,
Damn.
my
Yeah, but he
God."
was like the whole time picturing Feyre the whole time. And anyways, very sexual tension going on right there. Cue the next day. I can't even remember what happens after this. They were kind of just teasing each other about that. It's very sexual charged, let's put that.
I think that was the next day, and she like put on a beautiful ball gown and like really emphasized.
And Lucian was like,
that,
"The fuck happened to you?"
Like, I gotta make sure you got back.
Yeah, and then she's just like, "Ask Tamlin." I can't remember what happens after that.
Well, I know Riceland, whatever his name, he comes at one point to talk to the two of them and says like, "Oh, she sends a warning," and then he leaves, and then he ends up eventually sending her home.
Yeah, Rice beheaded someone on behalf of Amarantha, who is like the girl that we find out is like controlling all of
Fairyland,
Feyland, whatever you want to call it. What is it called? Perinthian. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She's controlling that. So she had Rice send a warning or whatever with the head. So then Tamlin was all like, "You can't stay here," and then they bang
multiple
times for the night. And then he's all like, "You have to leave in the morning." Rude. And she leaves and like gets in the carriage. And before she leaves, Tamlin's all like, "I love you," and she just stares at him as the carriage.
And it doesn't say it back. And then it fucked everything. When I found that out, I was losing my mind.
Yeah. So
I was like, "What do you mean you didn't say it back?"
But it's such a meme.
I know, right?
It's such a meme-worthy thing just to imagine. "I love you." Just to see the carriage walk. Like, no comment back. So anyways, she goes back home. She's very sad about it. She finds, like, she goes back to her family, which is on, like, this big estate, like, in this big mansion. All of this fortune. They're back in upper-class society. They're doing good. She also was sent with jewels and stuff.
Nesta's basically pissed.
Yeah, Nesta's pissed. Doesn't really want to, like, kind of avoids her, but, like, also observes her. And then Elaine is just like, "Hey, let's go to my garden. Let's just fucking live it up."
Like, "Oh, you're back. Let me tell you what's happened."
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Let me get you up on the gossip, which is when we find out that, so before she left, whatever his name, Rysand, I'm just gonna call him Rysand, it's gonna trigger a whole bunch of people. He had a visit to the home unannounced to talk to Tamlin. Tamlin hid Feyre with magic, but it didn't work.
Lucian did.
Was it Lucian?
She was standing behind Lucian, I think.
Okay. She was behind him and tried to cloak her or whatever. But Rysand was like, how dare you try to hide this bitch? And was all like, "Hey, you're the girl from that fucking party, that I saved you. Haha, who are you?" And she gave like a random name of some random girl from like their village. And he was like, okay. And like Tamlin was like begging him not to tell Amarantha about her. And then that was that, and then we cue her leaving and the whole carriage thing and going back home.
Only to find out the girl's dead.
Yeah, to find out when she gets there that the girl's dead, and she's like, "Oh,
the whole
shit.
family, the house was destroyed,
Burned up,
everything."
And then later you find out it was fucking Amarantha and fucking tortured the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
As soon as she said the girl's name in that moment to him, to Rysand or whatever, I immediately knew, oh, this is gonna come back to bite this poor chick in the ass. I was like, this girl is not gonna make it. Whoever she is, I'm like, girl. So anyways, so she spends a couple of days, I think, in the mansion with the family, helping Elaine with her garden, and then she finds out that Nesta wasn't, what is the word, glamored? She wasn't glamored to the world. So like when Tamlin took Feyre to Spring Court, he put like a spell of like magic over them so they wouldn't remember this like fucking 6-foot tall beast busting into their fucking hut and stealing their daughter. So they wouldn't go looking for her. So basically,
she went off to an aunt's house and
took care of her.
Yeah.
And so then that was the story. But then you find out that Nesta was never, like, her mind was too like strong.
And they said that she had like an iron mind or an iron will or something.
Well, she had an iron bracelet on. That was the reason.
And
no, but iron doesn't do anything. That's what they said, that iron doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything, but it helped with that blockage.
I don't know, because Elaine had one.
But she wasn't wearing it where Nesta was when that beast came.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so Nesta knew everything and had tried to go looking for Feyre at some point, and
Didn't get far,
couldn't get past the wall. So she basically, at that point, Feyre kept her up to date with like what had happened and all this type of stuff. And then when she found out about Claire is the girl, the village girl that's dead and burned and all that, when she found out about that, I think she kind of was like, oh fuck, and she felt bad for leaving Tamlin. So she's like, yeah, I guess I gotta go save him. I'm gonna go get him.
Something's wrong in that something
was
wasn't adding up.
Yeah. So she left to go back to the Spring Court. So she got back over to the Spring Court and back to the mansion, only to find that it was absolutely ransacked and there was a lot of like magic in the air. And then she runs into Alice. You say Alice. How do you say it?
I don't know.
I say Elias. That's how I read it, is Elias. I don't know why.
That sounds like such a dude name.
I don't know. It's gender neutral, I'd say. She runs into her, who is like basically the maid for Feyre the whole book, and would help her get dressed and ready for the day and all that type of stuff. So she runs into her, and she's all like, "Bitch, what are you doing back here? You so fucking stupid." And she's ransacking the cupboards to get like food and what's left behind. And she basically is able to catch Feyre up to speed about what the curse was, because they weren't allowed to speak about it. But now that they were all taken by
the time was up.
Now that the time was up, she could freely speak about it. So she explained that there once was a time where Amarantha had a sister, and this sister fell in love with Jurian. Is that the name?
Jurian, yeah.
But he was with the opposite.
He was a human.
He was a human, but he was with the. Obviously, it was the time of the war. They were on opposite sides of the battle, and he was all like, "I love you so much, baby," and then took all of the battle information from her and used it against them. And then Amarantha was like, "You bitch ass hoe, you hurt my sister," and
oh, doesn't he brutally murder her too?
I think he does. I think he murders her. So Amarantha was revengeful, obviously, and so she
has a ring that he's in or something.
She has his eyeball on a ring, so he's not dead really. He doesn't have a physical body, but he is forced to live through this eye and see all of the downfall that he caused, basically. Mm-hmm. So she has his eye and a bone, a finger bone, I think, as a necklace of his. Oh, she liked Tamlin. Mm-hmm. Tamlin didn't want her, and so she cursed Tamlin specifically that
50 years prior.
Yeah,
with the mask, he had to wear the mask.
Yeah, they all went to a masquerade to make up with her, and then she was like, "Haha, jokes." And she cursed them where they had to wear the masks that they wore there for
50 years.
50 years. And on top of that, Tamlin himself was cursed where the only way it could be the only way that could all be broken is if he were to find a girl who murdered their kind to then turn around and say, "I love you" to him. And so that's why throughout Feyre's time at the mansion, that's why there's these little conversations between Lucien and Tamlin that never made sense at the time. It was him talking about the curse because she was the only chance that they had at that, because she killed the wolf in the forest, who was the daily sacrifice.
Yeah, because it was basically, he knew he was going down there to sacrifice himself.
Yeah. So Tamlin was sending out fairies to go into the woods and transform into a wolf to try and die so that they could have a chance at breaking this curse. That stopped for a bit, and then I think it came back up because he was having a hard time with sending people out to their death. So she was only the real shot at that, which is why it stings even more when you learn that, because she had every opportunity to tell him, I love you, in that carriage, and all this could have been done.
So then she travels up to the mountains where he's being held hostage by her.
By Amaranth. Actually, this is the thing that I don't get. So it says that all of the Spring Court and everyone else are being held hostage there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But why is the one maid still back at the mansion? How is it that she didn't get taken?
Well, I think because she was originally from the Summer Court.
Oh yeah, she wasn't even from their court. I mean,
Because she has kids through her sister, her niece, or nephew or something. And she was from the Summer Court, so she went over to the Spring Court to help out.
That makes sense.
That was her backstory.
That makes sense.
Because her sister died and her mate died.
Okay.
And they still had kids.
Where were we?
We're talking about when she comes back and she finds out stuff, and then she goes up to the mountains.
Yes. She goes up to the mountains.
Trying to rescue Tamerlane.
Which, I laughed so hard.
I loved it. Oh,
no, well, I just laughed how she's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go save him. And then as soon as she gets to the little, like, hole in the wall that you have to go through, she's like, ooh, this is real.
I'm like, wait, shit.
She's like, am I actually gonna do this? And then she goes in, and then she gets caught, like, immediately. Like, not even, like, a little bit. She didn't even have a chance. Girl was like, she was done for.
She was surrounded by Fae. What did she expect?
Right.
Lucian and Tamerlane kept finding her no matter what she did. If she was trying to eavesdrop on them,
right?
They always knew she was right there.
Right?
But then we find out they were doing that on
purpose. Yes.
Yeah.
So they always knew that she was there, and that's when they started
talking. So she gets caught immediately by is it the Atari? Which is this really creepy creature.
Very creepy.
He takes her to the throne room where Amarantha and Tamlin are on 2 thrones. Fucking bitch. Fucking hoes. And that's where she learns that Claire, the name that she gave with the people of the village, that's where she learned that she wasn't burned in a fire. She actually was tortured quite horribly by Amarantha, and her body was hanging still above them. So that's fun.
Amarantha's fucked.
Yeah.
She's scary. She came from the king.
Yeah, she's a little terrifying. Pharaoh was like, I love him, and I'm here to save him. And they were like, haha, you're a human. What the fuck do you think you're gonna do? And basically, long story short, Amarantha and Pharaoh made like a deal where if
she had to prove her love for Tamlin.
Yeah. So she could either solve this riddle and instantly have everybody saved, but if she guessed wrong, she died, or she could go through these 3 trials to prove her love to Tamlin. So she was like, alright, let's do it. And then she gets thrown into a cell and has fun there.
Oh, well, she gets beaten to a pulp first.
Yes, she does get beaten to a pulp first, and then gets thrown into a cell. And isn't that when Lucian comes by to heal her first?
It wasn't Lucian, it was Rhysand. That's when she strikes that deal with Rhys.
That was after the first trial. But I think Lucian came first.
Yeah, he talked for her.
Yes, because remember, she broke her nose, and he didn't heal her completely because he didn't want them to know
that he visited
and helped her. So he kind of just like did like the necessities that had to happen and then left her.
Basically stopped her from dying, but not healing too much.
Yeah, basically just kind of helped her out. And then the first trial, she basically is in a maze, a labyrinth with this giant fucking worm. I'm getting Dune vibes. Have you ever?
No.
No?
To me, it was more Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah, like the 3 trials of, what do you call it? Not
the Goblet of Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of gave it that.
I didn't even put those 2 together.
That
does
make
make
sense.
sense.
Harry Potter. Like, it was those 3 trials, and she had to battle the worm. She had to solve a puzzle, and then, what was the last one?
she had
She
to
had
kill.
the 3 innocents.
Oh yeah, she had to kill the 3 innocents.
But that's Dune, and that's what I was picturing that she was
I
running
can
from.
see that.
Yeah, I could see that too. That's what, if you look up that in like TikTok in this book, it will show you something similar.
Yeah, she's in this labyrinth maze, and there's this fucking giant ass fucking worm that's trying to eat her, but it can't see, but it can hear her
And smell her.
and smell her. And the whole concept was like, Amarantha was like, good luck, like show us your hunting skills, you weak ass human, and that was that. So she's running around, she coats herself in like mud shit of this beast to hide her scent, and she's like conjuring up a trap to try and like kill this beast. She's like running away from it, trying to get it like direct it to its trap, but loses sight of it, and then that's when Lucian, who's above watching it, screams at her and tells her where the worm is, enough for her to run out of its way, and then gets it to the trap. She kills the worm, woo, but also breaks a bone in the process. Fun! Basically pisses Amarantha off that she didn't die.
Lucian gets in trouble for helping her.
Yeah. And so that's when Lucian takes a beating for that. So what happens is after the trial, Farah just gets shoved into the cell with no assistance or anything like that. So she's quite literally dying.
Well, she got asked that question again.
Oh, the riddle. Yeah, she got asked if she could figure out the riddle, and at that time she hadn't figured it out. And so she was in her cell, dying, had a fever, was like losing blood, had a bone sticking out of her fucking, was it her arm?
I forget where, anyways.
But she had bone sticking out, so then Rise comes into the cell and is all like, I have a deal for you. I have a proposal of a deal. And she was all like, fuck off, Keisha. And then she was like, ah, shit, but like Lucian hasn't come yet to heal me, so like, if I don't take this deal, I probably will die, and then all this will have been for nothing. So basically, she negotiates a deal down from what he originally wanted to where she has to now visit him 1 week. Is it one week a month for the rest of her life to the Night Court with him? And she was like, I bet. So she made the deal with him, and when she made the deal with him, she had like this tattoo thing show up on her hand.
Well, she also had to go to parties every night with him.
Yeah. So like he healed her in exchange for this week thing. So she had these tattoos. So then after that, every night she was taken by these, I don't know,
weird shadow
ladies that would like take her to a room and like paint her body with magical paint. And she would basically be wearing like practically nothing. And she would go with Rise to like the party in the throne room with everyone and drug her and like have her dance for him. And like this also pissed off Tamlin, so like Rise was like, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because for some reason he really does not like Tamlin. Then she does that basically every night throughout the whole trials. She then has, so then Lucian was pissed at her. He came a few days later that she took the deal because he was like, did you really think I wasn't gonna help you? But the thing that just blows my mind, bitch, he says in that sentence, literally, he's like, I'm here to help you. I was going to heal you. But then in the same sentence says that he could not leave because he was hurt so badly. So he could not get to her. So she would have died anyways.
So she was just like, bitch.
So like, bro, I get that you wanted to help, but you couldn't. So like, she had to go elsewhere, okay?
Of her.
But she was on the verge of death when he came. Basically.
Yeah, she was. And we later learn Rise also wants to leave. Like, he also wants to be able to get out from under the mountain. So that's why he made the deal with her, because her survival was how they were going to make it out.
Well, he was helping her so she could get through the trials.
Yes.
Yeah, so that way she could try to end, because Tamlin would destroy anything that would hurt her.
Yeah.
So Tamlin would kill, I can't say Amarantha. That's what he was wanting, because he was basically like a side bitch. Like, he was the one that they would.
Amarantha was using Rise as her sex slave
and doing all her dirty work.
There's like a scene where Rise goes into Feyre's cell and is like complaining about how like Amarantha's working him to the bone, sexing him up. And I'm like, oh, that's so sad. I was like, damn, bro is like, oh. And then that's when you see kind of like a different side to him where he was like, it would basically be the deal that him and Feyre had, but like, imagine if he forced Feyre to do stuff with him. And I was like, oh, that's so sad. Like, because throughout the whole time that he would have like her dancing and like being with him at the parties, like he made sure that he wasn't like touching her below her hips.
Like, just nothing.
He wasn't doing anything like sexual towards her that way, and
just trying to provide her a night to forget what's going on in her life.
Yeah, which is why I imagine he probably drugged her, is because he was like, I feel for you, so like now you don't have to remember the night that you went through. Which, aw.
Oh yeah, because he would give her.
Who knew we would be happy that you drug us? That's on trauma. So yeah, so then the second trial, and then while this is happening, there's like a moment where she's cleaning, like she's forced to clean
the marble floor.
The marble floor
keeps getting dirty because the water's dirty.
That keeps getting dirty. At one point, she's in his bedroom, Rye's bedroom, cleaning his fireplace, and doesn't.
She was picking up the lentils out of the ashes.
Yeah, but she didn't realize it was his room, and then he appeared and was like, "Bitch, what the fuck you doing?" And she was like, cleaning? What does it look like?"
I was told to clean, like,
right? So then he loses his shit on the little fairies or whoever it was that was making her clean, and was like, "Don't have her clean again!" Anyways,
South Korea, North Korea, no, South Korea. When you did that, that's what I thought.
This kind of was, like, interesting. In that time, Feyre learns that, like, all of the High Lords have the ability to transform, and they get to choose what they transform into. So he chooses, like, so Rise chooses to transform into, like, more of, like, a winged
crow
creature.
Crow raven type creature.
Is it raven? I thought it was bad. Not bad vibes. Did you get bad vibes? That
would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
I got more like skin bat vibes, you know? So he has that, and then he has talons.
See, I thought more dragon when I heard that.
Oh.
Like talons, like dragon kind of
They said
vibe.
very bird-like, didn't they, though?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I mean, I'll find it while we talk.
Or like feline.
But she finds out that, like, they get to choose what they transform into. So he was kind of teasing Tamlin for, like, choosing to be, like, a furry beast, basically.
Oh, there's so many times he teased at Tamlin, and I was living for
So
it.
then I'm kind of curious, like, what are the other High Lords? Like, what did they choose?
One's like a bear.
Oh, shit. I'm going to guess winter for that one.
I don't remember.
But
there's a couple different ones.
Okay, I'm gonna make some predictions. So you say bear, so I'm gonna give that one to winter. I'm gonna say autumn is gonna be a fox.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say summer is going to be.
See, when you said bear, I thought summer court.
Really?
I thought of like a brown bear.
Yeah.
I thought winter. Interesting. Okay. Summer for me would be like a bird of some sort.
You just want it to be like intimidating, though.
No, you want it to be something that would be like, a frog? I don't know what. What?
A frog? Over a bird?
Out of everything you could have shown, you're like, oh, something scary. A frog.
What?
That just came out.
She wants Princess and the Frog.
What if he's like a praying mantis? I really don't know what I see for summer. I see an owl for some reason.
See, I see more fall vibes because of Harry Potter.
Right? I don't know. Okay, dawn court. I'd say a bird because earliest bird gets the worm. Am I right?
It's a cockerel.
And then the night court is Rise or Rise or whatever his name is.
I really don't know what I see for them. Something summery.
Deer.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I would have said that for spring. Yeah, why the fuck did he choose a wolf then? Why did he go beast mode? What if none of them match their fucking realms then? What if we just do something random? Okay, so Dawn Court's just gonna be a fucking dragon, because why not?
Dawn dragon, love it.
Day Court is going to be a fucking, what is that thing where it's like half man, half like horse?
Half horse. again.
What is it? What is the name for that?
Centaur.
There we go.
Oh man.
Daycorn's gonna be a centaur.
Love it.
Why do I feel like we should read Percy Jackson now?
Summer Court.
Yeah, but now that you're saying centaur, now I see centaur as summer court.
What the fuck, Keisha?
Well, that would make sense.
Right?
Like horses, summer, I don't know.
Right? It makes me think of Narnia.
Mm-hmm.
So when it goes spring again or spring summer again, they had a lot of centaurs. Daycourt? I have no idea.
I don't remember. I know I saw the video of all of them together. That's how I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So basically, she does a second trial after this. She gets asked the question again.
And she had to pull down a lever. That was the correct answer, but it was a problem because she couldn't read.
Yeah. So basically, she was going to choose the wrong one, but because she has a connection with Reese, he helped her choose the correct one. When he realized, like, oh, you're going to pull the wrong lever. I want you to live.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong lever!
Huh?
Why do we even have that lever?
Well, she had a choice between 3.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, well, I can't read, and that's the downfall. And the girl, of course, was making fun of her for it.
Here's the thing, too, though, is that it wasn't just her who was in danger. It was Lucian in the cage next to her.
Yeah.
Because they were both getting, like, the hot poker things going down.
Yep, so she was trying to protect him, too. So, and he basically helped her pick the right one with his magic, and then she chose the right one and saved them.
Sorry, I did look up his description of him changing. Powerful male body, but flaring up behind him were massive black membranous wings like a bat's, like the adders. He tucked them in neatly behind him, but the single claw at the apex of each peeked over his broad shoulders. Interesting, so he's a bat.
Got it.
Caw!
Which would make sense because Night Court.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. I had to giggle. There's been some memes that are popping up since I finished reading this of like Lucian's face once he realized it's like a reading task, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna die." Like,
Well, that's basically what it was. It was like they were both being like, "Oh fuck," like
This
the
is
word
it.
is out.
Yeah, and like it's so sad too because like he was placed far away enough that he couldn't even help her try and read what was on the wall. So he just had to sit there and go, "Yeah, we're fucked." Yeah,
And he's like,
die.
Choose the right one.
Right.
I'm dying. Choose the right one. And she's like, I don't know which one.
But then I also felt bad because after her hand burned to tell her, or tingled or something.
Yeah.
Which one was the right one because Rise was helping. And then he went to her cell later that night, and she had like a whole mental breakdown because she felt so ashamed that she didn't like win it herself.
Mm-hmm.
And that she didn't know how to read and all this type of stuff. Well, then bitch ass, he comes up and he's all like, our fate is in the hands of a mortal who does not know how to read. We are fucked. And I was like, bitch,
I love that. That was hilarious.
I'm like, it's low-key funny, but also now's not the time. Girl is clearly going through something. Like, bro, you didn't have to rub it in her fucking face. She's well aware, okay? She's well aware.
This has been bugging me. So I looked up how to properly pronounce Resand.
Okay.
So it's either Resand or Reese and.
I say Reese.
Like
Resand.
Reese as in like a Reese's.
Reese's Pieces! Can I just
So Resand, and then some people may pronounce the first part rye or rice.
I call him Rice. Okay, so when I read it, it's in my brain. It goes Rysand. I'm just gonna call him Reese's Pieces at this point.
That'll be his new nickname.
The Reese's Pieces of the Night.
Yeah, y'all. When I'm literally gonna say that because I don't want to fuck up his name. Reese's Pieces. Anyways,
Well, see, I liked it when they had that night where he kissed her because Camlin kissed her first, but then he was going to get caught, so he left. And then Riceland came in. I said it wrong. But anyways, Reese's Pieces came in, sat there, and started kissing her when the chick, I'm never going to say her name. She and Tamlin came in, and of course, she was making fun of them.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever, but really, it was just to save Tamlin's ass.
which honestly, as much as Reese's Pieces could be a shit,
I love him, though.
there
He's
are
hilarious.
there are pieces like that. Oh my god, right by my head.
Also pointed at Cait.
Good Lord.
I'm just gonna cover up because hers are horrible.
I'm the IBS stoner known to shit herself.
Yeah. And so as much as he can be really mean and scary sometimes, I also feel like he's got I feel like he low-key gives off the vibes of like mafia boss. Like hard exterior, but like for those around him that he cares about, he'll let you in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means. Also though, he didn't have to do that because didn't the magic disappear from Tamlin anyways?
I don't know, but I think he marked her or something.
Like I feel like if he made the magic just disappear off of Tamlin anyways, like I feel like he could have just. I feel like he took his shot. He took his opportunity, man.
He wanted to kiss her. He
wanted to kiss her, and he did. Third task comes around. She still hasn't figured out the fucking riddle, and basically what it is there are 3 people in front of her who have bags on their heads, and she was told to stab them in the heart and kill them. Just random innocent people. So she was really struggling with that because she was all basically it was really smart on the way that it was done because Amarantha was all like, you are here because you killed someone who was innocent of our kind, so like you should be able to do it again. So like kind of smart that way because like
and you want to prove your love to Tamlin, so do it.
And then she's thinking in the long haul of like 3 lives for the lives of basically the entire land.
Yeah, I appreciated the internal struggle that she had because it shows her character development of like at the beginning she didn't hesitate to kill the wolf. And then now like as she learns that not all Fae are bad.
They can lie to you, but they're not gonna treat you terribly mostly.
So like now that she knows that, she like doesn't want to be the person that takes innocent lives, but also recognizes like the importance of her passing these trials for everyone there. So she's like, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So she killed the first one and then the second one, and then she got to the third one, and they
wait. Can I say my thing real quick?
Yes.
Sorry, before we reveal who the third one was. I dead ass since when she said it was 2 young boys and a woman. I totally thought it was going to be Alice and her nephews.
That would have been so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like dead ass. I was in the shed today and I was like reading it and I was like, oh my god, what if it's gonna be Alice and her kid? No. No, I did not expect.
I did not. I was more thinking like, oh, did they take one of the sisters? But they weren't high fae, so I was like, okay, that.
I also thought that one of them might have been Lucian.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't she tricked to see them?
No.
Yes.
She was tricked. No, she was tricked with Tamlin.
Yeah. So Tamlin wasn't actually beside Amarantha
on the throne. It was the Adder. ACOTAR. So yeah, the third one was Tamlin. Feyre was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this. But then she was like, oh, remember what Alice or whatever said, that like you have to like really observe everything and like
really listen
and like hear things. And so she was going through her brain of like all of the conversations she overheard of Tamlin and them and yada yada yada. So then she was able to discern that Tamlin, his heart is what's stone.
Yeah.
So like if she were to puncture him, it's not gonna hit his heart, like it's not gonna kill him. So she stabbed him. And was like, hopefully I'm right.
Well, I think she got confirmation when she did grab it and went to go raise it, and Tamlin didn't look scared.
Yeah.
He just kind of nodded.
Yeah. And it was almost like his eyes kind of gave like a relief thing of being like, okay, good, she got it.
She knows. Yeah.
So I think that's what made her really go for it.
Because Alice couldn't tell her that piece before Feyre went under the mountain. Because she, remember that whole thing where she was like, there's one part that I want to tell you, but I can't because clearly she still thinks it can be used. Amarantha still thinks it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the part that she couldn't say. So she glad that she figured it out. What fucking happens after that? It's like a shit show.
So basically, like, then everybody was all like, oh,
we're free.
She did it. Like, she did all 3 of those things. She finished the trials and she passed. We're free. But then Amarantha was all like, no, I didn't say when I would release them. And she was all like, it would have only been instantaneous if Feyre had answered the riddle correctly.
Yeah.
It wasn't also put into when she did the trials. So then Amarantha got pissed because she got bamboozled by everybody. Rhys tried to kill her.
Yes. Rhys attacked her.
Yeah. But she still had all of their powers, so she was still able to like do that. But basically she was like snapping every bone in Feyre's body, like one by one, with her powers.
Yeah.
And then she finds out the answer was what? Love?
Yeah, it was love.
Yeah. Literally,
So-
it was like the most epic moment though.
Right?
Because like she was already gonna be dead. And like literally at the last second she was like, alright, love is the answer. And it was like, oh
But yeah, the thing is with those trials and everything, she was always going to die. That was the thing.
yeah, that's what she wanted. Yeah.
It was always, in the end, she was going to kill Farah. And then, of course, all the High Fae decided, we're not going to let her die. Rhys somehow, with his power, transferred her out of her body into him. Or something.
Into somebody, but like it's almost like she was having like an out of body experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
she was in she was in Reese's Pieces. That sounds weird. She was inside Reese's Pieces, seeing it from his perspective.
And then all the High Fae gathered together.
High lords.
Or High Lords, sorry. Gathered together and gave what? I forget, like
Some like part of their magic or
Yeah, kind of like a
their
life
soul or
force
something
thing.
like that.
Yeah.
yeah. So everyone, all 7 courts did that. So she could be brought back as a High Fae.
Pop off queen. So then she comes to, and she's now Fae, and like Tamlin was all like, "I'm sorry, this is the only way it could happen. The only way I could bring you back." And before Reese's Pieces gave his, he walked up and he was like, "Consider us even," to like Tamlin, and then gave his little juju to Fae. Fae? Why the fuck?
Right.
Thank you. So yeah, so she woke up. She was like all, guilt on her mind about killing those 2 innocents. Get over yourself. No kidding.
So emotional.
God. So she was struggling with that, and I also like it's just a lot, I imagine, because the way that they described when she had, I guess it was a bit of foreshadowing, but the way they described when Tamlin showed her, like way back early in the book, what it's like to be Fae, like the colors are more exploded, and like you see like the world. I literally think of like you're gonna hate me for this, but I think of the scene when Bella becomes a newborn vampire, and she wakes up and everything's like crisp and detailed and
No longer blue.
you could yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention, sorry, I interrupted you. But when he does that to her, she ends up finding out that there was a lot more fairies around her.
Yes.
Like they glamored most of the fairies, so she only saw like a handful.
Yeah.
So she ended up finding out that she was constantly being watched,
Yeah.
and
by
they
other
watched
people.
her
Yeah.
go down to this summer spring
Yeah,
solstice,
yeah.
and it was just like holy,
Yeah, she was not being sneaky.
like
she thought she was, but she was not being sneaky.
no, like everyone constantly knew what she was doing.
Alright, what do I got in my notes?
Oh, and then when they got out and they go to the manor and they see Alice and her nephews running around in the yard.
Yeah, that was cute.
Oh, that made me so happy.
And then they're all like, like this is happily ever after, like, we're gonna get married, we're gonna be together, da da da. And it's like, okay, great ending.
But when we first started this book thing, we were gonna do it by chapters, so I'm just reviewing my notes. So I did first a couple pages of like chapters points, and then I just did like a general one. And in my little notes I put like noteworthy quotes.
Oh goodness.
And from the beginning, this is fair to Nesta. It says, quote, "You can't chop wood for us, but you want to marry a woodcutter's son."
I love that. That was hilarious because I couldn't believe out of everyone she would pick, she would chose that guy.
Right? And I was just, this is in chapter 2. That's how early on in the fucking book it is. And all I wrote was fucking savage. And then Nesta was saying to the children of the blessed at the market, So the Children of the Blessed was basically all like, oh my god, the High
They
Fae,
were
they're
the
great.
cults for the fairies, pretty much.
They were Jehovah's Witness, and their god was High Fae and fairies. So, basically, this woman was telling Nesta about a friend who went to Prythian, like went to the fairy side, and they haven't heard from them since. And Nesta said, quote, she was likely eaten. That's why she hasn't returned. This was in chapter 3, and I'm not even kidding. I actually laughed out loud when I read that because I was like, damn, not just tell her how it is. Your friend got eaten.
See, that's why I love Nesta, because she seems like one of those sassy queens.
Right? I wrote, this is page 92. I guess this was also really early on when Pharaoh was asking Lucian about his age.
Oh, yeah.
So she put, so you're old, and you carry around a sword and go on border patrol. Did you fight in the war? He winced. Shit, Pharaoh, I'm not that old. I giggled at that one too. I'm like, damn.
But the fact that Tamlin was, though.
Right?
Because he was a kid when all that happened.
Also, can we talk about how low-key disappointing Tamlin and Pharaoh's sexy scenes were?
Thank you.
They weren't as spicy as I was hoping for. They kind of just glossed over it.
Well, yeah, it was very glossed over, I find.
But I think, like, as the books go on, they get spicier.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I also kind of wish we got more of Amarantha's backstory. Like, I know we know, like, her sister and stuff like that.
And,
but,
like, they belong to the king, and...
But, like,
they
I want to
like the
know
king.
pre that. Like,
Right? I
What's
will
that
say,
like?
though, I'm a little upset that she was mentioned, and when you finally find her out, it's like near the second half of the book, and then they kill her. So I don't know. I kind of would have liked to see more of that Amarantha stuff instead of her just being in the one book.
And one thing I wonder, too, is she was brought over by the king. So what's the king going to do now? 'Cause that's why she went over at first.
Yeah.
She was sent over because the king asked her to.
Oh, are they gonna have like this massive war then? Because
I know
interesting.
something happens to Nesta in the book where she goes into a cauldron.
Oh, shit.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
And there's a couple scenes that really hit close to home to Sarah because it describes her life later on in the books about Nesta. So,
I'm intrigued to find out how it all fucking happens.
me too. Like,
I wrote in my notes, it's kind of weird also to think about how much, like, Tamlin and Fair's relationship is kind of, like, really built on a lot of lies.
yeah.
Like, it's really weird to think about how, like, bro was not able to really be honest with you.
Well, yeah, he's back and forth. It's like, oh, I'm going to spend all this attention on you, and then all of a sudden it's like he's taking it all away.
Well, like, when you even think about how, like, at the beginning, he took her and he was all like, yeah, like, you suffered enough in that little hut of yours. So, like, I took you because I took pity on you and feel like you need to live a lavish life. And also the treaty. And then, meanwhile, it's the curse that he took her for. Bitch ass is just calling her, like, lying to her, saying that he, like, cared about her and all this shit. It's like, bitch.
He's trying to get her to love him, but he's also, I don't know, it just feels like he's trying to be her friend and trying to get to know her, but then, yeah. Basically doesn't really want to.
Also, you know how we were talking about how High Lords could choose their form? What form would you guys choose?
I don't know. Or just pick a random.
Anything you want.
I bet the frog you want to do.
I want to be a frog.
I'm joking.
Poisonous dirt frog.
I could see it.
I don't know.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
Butterfly.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
I probably beast. Like some form of beast. I think that would be cool.
My.
Well, then if you're going like in the winter or something, you're
Covered.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the idea of being able to fly. That sounds fucking sick.
Right?
But I don't know what I would want then. I don't want to be a bat.
Honestly, I'd love to be able to run.
Well, yeah, that's why I chose beast because you could like bolt. Like depending on what you are, like you could just go and.
You could.
I would totally go to the
Bro, I'd love to be a dragon.
That
would be
too.
cool.
That'd be sick, man.
But
Does that mean I
also
can breathe
want-
fire?
I more so want a dragon over wanting to be a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'd be nice because you'd be able to breathe fire. I feel like your body temperature would always be warm. And you could fly.
Well, see, the thing is with me, I wouldn't want to be warm all the time. I'm already too warm of a person.
You're like, I don't want that shit.
Like, I'm not cold-blooded. So it's like, I need
to cool down.
Yeah.
A noteworthy quote that I have from the rest of the book that I didn't really keep up on this, but in chapter 18, Tamlin looks at Feyre and is like, the Suriel told you nothing important, did it? And Feyre responded, he also said that you like being brushed, and if I'm a clever girl, I might train you with treats.
I love that.
I'm like, damn. Yeah, that's when she found out that he was the High Lord, and he was like, oh, I thought you said that the Suriel didn't tell you anything. And then she's like, actually, you like to be brushed.
You want belly rub too.
Ooh, okay, so I have some predictions, or more so like questions of what's next. So I wrote, now with Amarantha being like defeated-ish, what happens with Jurian?
I forget what happened to
Is there a
him.
way to like bring him alive again so he's not just in a fucking ring? Can you like kill the ring so that he's finally in peace? Like,
I thought something did happen to him.
I don't know, I don't remember anything. This is also my prediction. The Suriel told Feyre to stick with the High Lord and she'd be safe, but the Suriel didn't specify which High Lord. So I could see her having to stay with Reese's Pieces. I feel like Tamlin's got some shit. Okay, that's the end of our first installment of the book club. So please feel free to join along and read the series with us. Put any comments down, anything that you also noticed. And yeah, as always, trust the process.